I'm going to show you a technique for cutting out a corner halving joint now. Okay, so this is my cross halving joint. That's the first of the framing joints we tried out. The corner halving joint is similar in a way that it cuts halfway through the wood. That's how it gets its name. And your two pieces go together to create a 90-degree corner like that. Okay, so let me put one of those out the way and let me start work on one of those on a fresh piece of timber. So this is this CLS studding that we use for most of our framing joints because that's what's used in industry. So first thing is get your marking gauge and do that spike and set technique. So eye it up so it's halfway across roughly, hold the stock tight against the edge of the wood, spike it, bring it across from the other side, spike it. Now look, if it's not quite central you have to adjust it, just pull it up slightly until the dots line up like they do there. Okay, next job then, scribe your line that goes along the centre of the wood that way. Go to the other side of the wood, scribe your line that goes that way. Now here's a key difference, right? This time round you're able to scribe a line that goes along the end grain of the wood, like so. So I've got lines that go on three sides of my timber. 1, 2, 3, like so. Next job then is to mark the width of the joint that we're going to be cutting. So we're going to go down about this far. Now you can try and be flush with the top, or you can do what's called leave the horn there. Now a horn is like a bit of protective wood that's left over beyond the joint. It gets cut off on site, commonly done on door frames and doors to protect the edge of the wood. So next thing, tri-square. Put your tri-square next to the edge of the timber, scribe a line, draw a line that goes across, bring it across to the side, do the same thing, and to that side and do the same thing. So there you are. I've marking gauge to do a centre line that goes along. I scribed that line in. Then I put my pencil in it and made the line so it's easy to see. Then I got a tri-square and I squared a line all the way around. Next job is to mark the waste wood. So you mark the waste wood with these dashed lines. And these dashed lines just remind you which bit's going to go in the bin. Okay, next job then you're going to do some cutting. Right, now clamping your wood, so if you're not on a site and you're in a workshop, it's a lot easier because you've got access to a vise. Okay, clamp your wood up nice and tightly. Now you're going to use a tenon saw, right? This is called a cross cut because we're going to cut across the grain of the wood. Cross cut, right? Set your wood up so that you saw it so you know you're going to cut on that line. Now make sure, look, you don't have to use this to check it, but you can eyeball it, that you're going to cut at 90 degrees going vertically like that. Okay, I don't want to see any cutting like this or like this. Nice straight vertical cuts, and cut down that bit until you get halfway through. Okay, so next stage, right? I see some people setting up and getting ready to do the long cut that goes down the grain, which we call a ripping cut. But really and truly that's taking a lot longer than it should do, and also there's a possibility that the saw can stray and get a strange cut there. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to use the grain of the wood to our advantage, and we're going to actually chisel this part out. So if you just go down about 1 centimetre on the timber there, tap, the wood will come away quite nicely just by chiseling it. And it won't split the wood because cut is in the way there. All right, so you chisel away. Got a knot I'm fighting against there. Can you see the knot that's there? If you do have a knot there and your chisel's sharp enough, you can sometimes work straight through it. But most carpenters, if they see wood with knots there, they're going to do everything they can to try and avoid it. Just have to be patient, okay? Take off smaller amounts and work your way through the knot. Nice sharp chisel, you should be okay. And just keep chiseling until you get through that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that because you can see what the next stage is, just to bring it level. Now when you get towards the bottom of the line, the best thing to do, look, is to just leave your mallet alone and just pile that back until you get the wood flat and level on the base. And then get your other half of your corner halving joint, which should fit together nicely like so. Alright, so go through the stages again. Look, the tools you require. You've got your mallet, you've got your marking gauge, you've got your tri-square, you've got your tenon saw, and you've got your bevel chisel that you're going to use. Nice and sharp, so be careful with it. Okay, and then the last stage of your planning would be to tidy your work area down and make sure that your tools go away safely. Alright?